everyone, and welcome to Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. I am JW Moore, your host, and yes, I missed you guys too. Yes, I did, but I am back and I have so many things in store for you. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, we are live. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and of course, the Amplia Network. Just reminding you guys that Brunch is that mid morning show that is here to empower, to educate, and of course, inform. And we love bringing positive messages. We love highlighting our sons and daughters who are doing positive things in the space and of course in the world and impacting humanity, a tongue twister there, impacting humanity positively. So welcome once again to Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. Now, for those of you who may or may not know, because I know so many of you are just joining us, of course, our segments are very, very unique and we cater to anything and everything that is Tobago Updates Television. We speak on anything Tobago, Trinidad, and of course, our Caribbean brothers and sisters. You are by no means left out. So, first off, let's take it in steps. First off, we have our good stuff segment, and this is where we highlight very positive columns and pieces of literary work, indicating to you that there are wonderful people in our society who are doing positive things and impacting humanity. So we first go to the Newsday. Artists donate to help Animal Welfare Network fundraiser. So the Animal Welfare Network, or the AWN, is hosting a fundraiser art exhibition on November 4th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Y Art Gallery in Woodbrook. Oh yes. Paintings, jewelry, wooden sculptures, metalwork, and more have been donated by renowned Trinidad and Tobago artists for the exhibition. Che Lovelace, Janice Derrick, Roberta Stoddart, Shastri Maharaj, Jackie Hinkson, and Bunty O'Connor are among the artists who have donated their pieces for this wonderful cause. You guys need to get out there and see this. So that's in our news day. Artists donating to help Animal Welfare Network. Of course, The Guardian is up next, cannot be left out. Young actor fights Down syndrome stigma. I can do anything. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love the positivity. Pedro Christopher is not your ordinary Trinidadian boy. The 11-year-old has been a friend of the stage since he was 4 years old, acting with Lilliput's Children's Theatre in Woodbrook. Off stage, however, Pedro and his buddies enjoy frolicking in the outdoors, playing sports like basketball, tennis, and football. He does all of his favorite things while having Down syndrome. So here's the thing. He is well balanced, and we give kudos to his mom, who has made sure that he is able to enjoy and experience the wonders of life. She's also teaching him that should not be seen as a stigma. It should not be even seen as a handicap. And she is, challenging the world to see Pedro as a person and not just see his Down syndrome before you get a chance to know him. So he is involved in so many things. His mother, Rhoda Christopher, described him not as disabled. Not as disabled. You let that sink in. His mother described him as not as disabled, but as someone who is differently abled. There you go. capable of doing the same activities that anyone else can do. So look out for Pedro because he's young and upcoming in the artistic space. He's a wonderful, wonderful actor. We go to the Daily Express, shaping the future of education. Yes, yes, yes. Education is the key to our future. That means that our youth need an education that provides them with the problem solving ability, resourcefulness, creativity, and critical thinking to confront these problems. This was the perspective shared by distinguished Professor Pedro Antonio Noguera, guest speaker who delivered an informative and inspiring lecture on the evolving educational landscape in the wake of the global pandemic. Shaping the future of education. UWI lecture stresses on what is expected in tomorrow's leaders. And we are definitely in the right direction. It's a very positive step. And we applaud you for your wonderful efforts towards education and, of course, towards humanity. So just a bit before I wrap, because I'm going to come back. Don't worry. I'll be back. I know you guys missed us, but we'll be back very shortly. But before I do that, just a bit about who's on today. Dr. Pelham McSween joins us. He is our resident chiropractor, our resident friend for our Health Corner. So Health Corner is up next. And we're going to be speaking on spinal column anomalies. That's very interesting. I hope you guys stay tuned for this. Also, we have our Eye on Bagel segments. We actually have 2 of those today. Oh, my. Khadija Ali Samul Harris joins us again, director of JCash Leadership and Learning Academy. You know, she is so wonderful. She's having a book launch, you know, a woman of worth, overcoming obstacles, overcoming stereotypes. It's definitely something that you want to stay tuned for. Our book club corner, my sister from another mister is here. Jewel Green George joins us, and she will be speaking with Patricia Whiteman, author and accomplished poet. So we say good morning to the Tobago Writers Guild, and we want to thank you so much for highlighting our wonderful and brilliant minds in the literary space. So we say kudos to you, and we say thank you to you this morning. Also, Sharon Forrester George is going to be visiting us. Shekinah Dance Ministries is going to be hosting a 2-day conference. We're going to hear a little more about that when we speak with Sharon. But as we go along, I want you guys to remember that in case no one told you today, you are special and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm so glad you're with us. I'm so glad to be back. I cannot wait to unleash what the new episodes of Brunch have to offer. So thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your concerns for the persons who were not seeing me and were concerned. I am here and I am back with you. And we are bringing it to you live on Tobago Updates Television. I am just one of the small pieces of the puzzle that makes it happen right here. We're going to be back with Health Corner. Don't you miss it. Come on back. Come on back to Brunch. We'll be right back. See you guys soon.
So your car break down.
Oh, no, not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa Group.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
But this place is boring enough. We don't even do nothing. Let me go somewhere now.
I really want some new things, yes? Then look no further. Portmore is the place for you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You can have anything that your heart desires. Take a look for yourselves. A world of endless opportunities. Feeling hungry? Go get something to eat. Books and stationeries, games, and much more. Portmore, the island's beat.
Back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Oh my gosh. This gentleman, you hear him laughing, right? Let me tell you why he's laughing. We were having a very delicious discussion because he's telling me that he can cook and he wants to come on and cook. And his specialty is oil dong and iron. I can't remember what was the next thing. What was the next thing, Dr. Mac? And pilau. Right? So not only is he our certified and very well able, accomplished chiropractor, he's also a master chef. So we have some trips that we have to make in order to see what Dr. Maxwell has to offer. So good morning and thank you so much. Yeah, it seems like a long time. You told me it's a month, but it seems like so long. Like I haven't seen you in so long. And I know there's some things that, you wanted to bring to the forefront or you wanted to discuss. One of those things, we were talking about, you did a lot of spinal discussion, analysis the last time you were here. And I feel like there's so much
there's a whole lot
to talk about. I feel
whole
like
lot to talk
we are
about
just
concerning
touching
that. Oh, yes.
Just the outskirts of what those things, entail.
Yeah, we were just kind of unraveling the surface.
Yeah, we were slowly unraveling. And then we're here today to talk about spinal anomalies.
Yes.
I'm just gonna let you
do my thing.
Start off because there's so many persons wondering what exactly are spinal anomalies.
Yes.
So let's start there.
Right. An anomaly basically is something out of the norm, something that falls away from what it's supposed to be. And so they are basic problems that the spine would carry and that the chiropractor must look for. And so I wanted us to focus on that and the reason for that.
Yeah.
A lot of these problems come from from years and years of not knowing. Remember, we started off the program with not knowing that you don't know.
Yes.
Right. And that's one of the reasons I went into the schools in Tobago. I've been to all the primary schools in Tobago, rendering care to the children for 1 year, and develop a scholarship program for them. And I also did it in Grenada. Why? Because of the problems I encounter as I practice. And it can be debilitating. It can affect your life and your health in a very serious way. So that's why I want to focus in on. And when you get these problems or have these problems and don't know that you have them, what you want your doctor to look at and what you want to see. Because sometimes what you don't know can hurt you. And sometimes it could certainly help in some way, but you need to know these things.
Definitely. And, you know, why is it so important? Yeah, someone comes in with a lower back pain, and they can have so many underlying issues and you know, threatening life issues, health issues, and not know it.
And not knowing it, yes. So a person comes into me as a chiropractor. Now, any bona fide chiropractor, the first defense there is the X-ray. Must get those X-rays, and those X-rays are going to identify what the problem is in the spine. The last time we ran a reel on a guy said he's a chiropractor, and he was just moving and cracking up the people and stuff. And I said, with all those X-rays, he's going to injure the client. So over time, the person's going to become worse. So not knowing these anomalies, not knowing these abnormal conditions of the spine, if you go to someone and they're going to not analyze your spine through the X-rays, because that's where you get the information from, you're in trouble.
Yeah. And you know, one of the things that I noticed, now the body has a way of defending itself.
Yes.
And sometimes you make things worse for yourself without knowing that you're doing
Absolutely.
that. For instance, this morning I saw a small child. She could be probably first year or second year. And the bag, Dr. Maxwell, the book.
They advocate against the bags because the bag.
It was so big.
I've been doing this for years. I would say probably over 20 years. I've been saying the school bags are hurting our kids.
Yeah, it was big and it was packed.
Yes. I usually recommend to the parent get the pull cart instead of the bag. You know, and if they're that age that you're speaking about, mother or father, take the bag with the child to school, drop the child off, carry the bag upstairs for them, and in the evening do the same thing, because it is putting some stress on these children that's unimaginable. I live close to a school in San Fernando, a Presbyterian school, and I tell you something, I see some kids with some bags on their back, they're bending forward like they're pulling a cart and that kind of thing. And then the child starts to complain about pains, mommy, pains. And the mother don't know, why are those pains? The bags bring them on. And that's another reason I went into the schools in Tobago. I started off every Wednesday at the schools, and I saw the children for one visit every month per year for a whole year. And that was free care for them and the teachers themselves. You know, the bags had part of it, part in that equation for me going in there.
And the curving, because we spoke about the curvature of the spine and how dangerous that is.
Yes.
When we start curving or we start leaning, is that the body's way of
defending
adjusting?
You. Yes, defending you.
Let's talk a bit about that, because that is an underlying type of a factor that we need to touch on.
Because sometimes you have pains in your lower back, and to get away from the pain, you lean. You see sometimes in the way a person sits.
Right.
And so as a chiropractor, if I say, oh, you have a back problem, I say, oh, how you know that, doctor? True. But because they're leaning, and they're leaning to get ease. So the body is doing that. It's like you're walking too. You see some people walking, and they have that tilt. and they're trying to get away from that discomfort.
Yeah.
Yes, and the body has a way of really responding, trust me. And not necessarily to help you, but also
clearly,
will make you worse.
clearly, it's
But the
not
body-
helping
the
because
body
you're getting
responds
worse.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are some of the signs, or what are some of the symptoms
Yes.
that would come along with
That.
with this type of
Yeah, well, in the lower back, you find that if you have a rotated spine and a nerve is being squeezed on one side and it's not on the other side, the person may start experiencing pain, pain in one area. If they move, the pain eases. And eventually, sometimes it goes to the other side as well. So they may get pain, they may get numbness. Grown individuals, adults may experience frequency in urination, and they're not diabetic, and that kind of thing. Numbness and tingling, pain in the ankles, pain in the knees, pain in the hamstrings, pain in the groin, pain in the butt, pain up the back. So these are some of the symptoms that the individual will experience. The signs of you go in the mirror, you watch yourself, you see you leaning to one side.
Yeah.
And you know, why am I leaning to this side or the other side?
Exactly.
Because of that discomfort. So the signs are sometimes very glaring, and the symptoms are sometimes very robust.
Yeah.
You know?
And like your range, with regards to your range of movement, I'm assuming that this is going to be seriously affected as well. Your range of movement, your
Absolutely.
flexibility,
Yes.
etc.
So I stop a lot of patients from running and exercising when they start to see me, because if you continue like what you've been doing before, and you have the problem and I'm fixing you, you're not helping me help you. So your range becomes kind of impinged to some measure, if I can use that term, and it stops you from doing things that you normally would have done, like bending. Say, well, you know, when I bend, I always feel this sharp pain going down my legs and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and lifting, you find that if you lift objects over like 10, 15 pounds, you're in trouble. You start to feel this pain.
Yeah.
And sometimes it comes on right away without giving you notice. There are people who live with pains for years and years and not knowing the cause of it. And why is it so? Well, the x-rays give that type of information, so the chiropractor can become better at what he does, particularly if he is skilled. But you cannot touch such patients without x-rays.
You know, you just said something, and my mind went to another question that I wanted to ask. Now, there is the pelvic region.
Yes.
Now, I'm thinking that is attached to basically so many parts of the human anatomy.
Yes. Well, the pelvic region would have the sacrum that curves, and you have the pelvic bowl in there. That's where the baby comes out by the pubic symphysis and so forth. So, and there's a lot of curve inside of there. As a gynecologist, if the mother's going to give delivery, sometimes we have to measure what we call the diagonal conjugate.
Right.
That is to see that head can come through and so forth. On the other hand, you have the lordotic curve in the neck. So if I look at your spine from the front, I would not see it. So if I saw you lying on my table, I would not see the curve. But the curves I'm speaking about now is that if you go to your side, I can see the curves. So you have the lordotic curve, you have the kyphotic curve, and then you have another lordotic curve. The lordotic curve is down in your lumbosacral region. Your kyphotic curve is in your thoracic cage, and the other lordotic curve is in your neck.
Definitely. And we're going to speak some more on these anomalies when we return, guys. Do not go anywhere. Brunch will be right back with a taste of Tobago. See you guys soon.
Tobago
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported. Morning, good morning, put a smile on your
Welcome back. Let me tell you something. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for staying. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for being a part of Brunch. We are speaking with Dr. Maxween. You know, Dr. Mac, you know, we have so many conversations. I cannot even count how many conversations you and I have had. You know, we were speaking about the wisdom of the elders. We were speaking about the innovation of the young people and how we need to harness that, and we need to really give them
that opportunity.
Yes. You know, and it ties into so much, because when you have the environment that is not very friendly, it's negative down the line. Yeah.
Make you feel you can't do this and you can't do that. Don't have confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
Don't teach you to love you. Gotta love yourself.
Exactly. And don't look for validation.
Don't look for validation.
Yeah.
I was listening to Jakes this morning, and he said, if you don't like me, I could.
Yeah. That is the way.
He said, you want to talk about me? I am good.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. I think too, you must be Christ-centered, you know, and that goes a long way. But you got to learn to love Christ. You can't just come into being and love Christ.
Journey.
You got to learn it.
Yes,
it's a journey,
it's a journey.
And without loving Him, you're in trouble. Trust me, I know.
Yeah,
He saved me.
It's a journey, you know, and it's so wonderful that you're saying that, because, you know, as we were speaking about the anomalies, and you know, we're looking into how wonderful the human body is constructed. It, you know, it's so intricate.
Yes.
And it knows when it has to
step in
and defend you, when it knows when to tell you, hey,
something's wrong.
Go and check this out. You know, it's a wonderful things. You know, I know you bought some X-rays. Let's delve in to some of the X-rays that you would have facilitated this morning. So as we delve in, you know, you can just enlighten us a bit. Tell us a little bit about what's going on
and how important the X-rays are.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I wanted to ask you, while we queue up for the viewers to see. You know, scoliosis was buzzing, that word was buzzing about for some time now. You know, we just wanted to delve into that a bit. What exactly is that, and
Well,
how
yes,
detrimental is it?
Scoliosis is not a disease.
Right.
Right. Scoliosis is an abnormal curve of the spine, viewing it from A to P or P to A. Meaning I'm viewing you lying on your tummy, or I'm viewing you lying on your back. Right. So you see the spine curves this way. It's bad. That is not a disease. It is an abnormal curve of the spinal column.
Right.
I think we have one X-ray there that
speaks to that. Okay. One of the other things that has been a source of, I would say, a small source of discussion. You know, you said that you are very, very intent on going to schools, providing that education, which is really, really, really needed. You know, we spoke on just basic things that we see, those children with those enormously heavy bags.
Yeah.
You know, we spoke on that.
And they don't use all of them when they go to school.
And that is the next thing.
You know, they don't use all those.
You hit the nail on the head. That is the next
But the
thing.
school should provide all the books for the children.
Yeah, and you know, we have the system. I mean, you
when they go to school, they log out the book, they take it to the class to finish, take it back and log it back in.
Or have like a locker networking system.
Have a locker in the school. That each child has a locker, have a key, and they could organize themselves, because that's a lot of stress on the child.
Yeah, it's really, really stressful. Although I see more parents leaning towards the pulley bags or the trolley bags, and it causes a difference. There is a difference in.
Of course, I've recommended it to every school I've been in Tobago, and I've told you I've been to just about every primary school here.
Yeah.
And I saw an attitude and change. You know, I saw that change with the parents. They started to change the school bags and get it off the children's back.
Yeah.
So that is extra stress, huh? And you see, that's one of the reasons with the X-rays now, that you may have had an injury since you're small. Since you're jumping up and down in the rugged terrain that is called our schoolyard in many areas, particularly Tobago and Grenada, and you're falling down. And nobody can tell you, well, this may be wrong, or nobody takes you up and say, baby, let me take you to the doctor and see what's happening.
If you're okay.
And if you're okay, nobody does that. They may rub you and stuff. That ain't working. And then child grows into adult and problem. One morning you get up, for instance, your husband, and he goes in the toilet and he can't get up.
Yeah, can't get up off that seat.
Or he goes to brush his teeth and he coughs, and that's it. He feel like all hell going down his legs and stuff. All injury. The majority of my patients come into me due to old injury. And lots of times you have those old injuries and it becomes so worse that you may have to have, in the lower back in particular, a hip change.
Yes.
Or a knee change.
A knee change, yeah.
And that kind of thing. You know, a female head change when I say the hip, right? And that comes from a long, long time. A patient comes in, I look at the X-ray, I say, man, you've had this thing for years.
Yeah.
He said, doctor, you know, how you mean? How I'm looking at the X-rays.
Well, you must know.
And it indicates that has to be there for some time.
Exactly.
Because what I'm looking at here doesn't happen yesterday or last year or 2 or 3 years, no, it happens a long, long, long time. And then you end up with fractures. Like we have one of the X-rays, you're going to see where patient never had chiropractic care, in my estimation, but they went to people who went on their back. Person has a collapsed disc, not disc, but vertebra. And if you don't know that, because you can't know that if you're not looking at the X-rays, you're hurting the patient.
Let's delve in.
You're hurting the patient.
Yeah.
And so the X-rays are vital, and you must follow them. I say it over and over and over. You must follow those X-rays so it can guide you whilst you process what you're seeing in the X-rays.
And only then will you be able to
Help.
forge a forward with some
Yes.
type of plan
Absolutely.
as to where your
Janelle,
health lies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you don't have that, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know.
So let's delve in to some of the X-rays. I would have indicated that Dr. Mark has provided us with some visuals of what these anomalies are, what they entail. Let's delve in. Let's look at the screen for a moment, guys. So we have
Yes, we have an X-ray there that is a pic of the spine.
right.
You can see that's the spine. The spine has a lot of attendant factors on it. We have the spinous processes, we have the lateral body, we have the mammillary bodies, we have the vertebrae themselves, you have sacrum, you have the two iliums, and you have transverse processes up in the neck and so forth. So that's how the spine is supposed to look. The patient is lying on my table face down. Right, so I'm looking at the patient from the back. Likewise, both of them, that's what they indicate. So now let's look at the pics of the X-rays of the real spine that's within the individual.
Okay.
Here we go. Now, this is, I have seen this kind of frequently in Trinidad. And when I tell a patient that you've been in an accident, most times they doubt me. And they say, well, Doc, how you know I've been in an accident? No, I've never been in an accident. No. I say, you've been in an accident because this does not, what I'm looking at in your spine does not happen just so. Now, if you look at both of the hips, you look at the femur heads, you look at the femur head on the right compared to the femur head on the left, something's wrong, isn't it?
Yes.
You see there's a difference? That's an anomaly, right?
Doesn't
it's not
seem
supposed
to be aligned
no. Look at the femur head itself. There's a ball. There's a kind of ball joint that's going up into the ilium. The ilium are the two big bones, and right underneath you see like a ball. You see the ball?
Yes, I see the ball.
Right. You see the ball on the right side too?
Yes.
It's clearer.
Oh yeah, definitely clearer.
Are you sure you're looking at the right side?
Yes, I am.
All right. You're looking at this one over there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at my.
Now
monitor.
look at the left side. The right is marked R. The left is not marked, so you know it's the left. Right. So look at the ball on the left side. What do you see?
Well, to me, because if I'm looking, it looks slightly
different.
Is it different in the shape? Looks a bit different.
Don't you find that there's a capsule between the ilium and the femur head? You can see it very clearly on the right side. You cannot see it clearly
on the left.
Side. But there is some capsule now. There is a space, but you can't see it. When I magnify this, I can see a bit of a space. So I know there's probably some help for this patient. But normally a patient comes to you with that kind of pain, and you don't know they have that. You could injure the patient. You can't touch this patient without X-rays because you will not know they have a problem in the acetabulum and the femur head.
That's why it's so important to have
those X-rays because the patient, doctor, I've been here and there. Doctor, I went all over the place. Did they tell you what's wrong with you? No, doc. I mean,
I'm laughing. It's by no means funny, but I'm laughing because you sound just like the patient. It's like you're on one side speaking and the patient is on the next.
We need this education at the university level. Trust me.
I think so.
All right?
I think so. What do we have here?
There we have it. Now they have enlarged it. You see, there's a slight space between the ilium and that ball on the left side.
Yes, I see.
You see, there's a bigger space between the ball you see in there and the ilium.
Yes,
right.
I see the space.
It's a marked difference.
And one of the things that really stands out, right? We're talking about anomalies, but what is so detrimental is that one person could have this going on within their body.
Yes. This is a year's thing. Be looking at it.
Yes, that is so crazy.
It's years. And when you analyze and give them your what you processed and so forth, Most times they don't want to believe you, you know. There are a host of things I could identify on that X-ray that would freak the patient out.
Yeah. What else? What else do we have? Do we have more?
Yes, we have a few more X-rays. Right. So this is the scoliosis.
Right.
You see that curve, right, all the way down. Now, if you do not have, remember the guy went on either side of that young lady's back.
In the video.
Right. Now, look at this X-ray here. I can tell you that if you adjust this patient's right hip, you make her worse. You can cripple her.
Wow.
Because you're making the scoliosis worse.
Yeah.
That's the dextroscoliosis. You have it all the way up from the neck, coming down to the lower back. Yeah, the hips in this patient are okay, but after analyzing them, they have the space, the acetabulum is good, the femur is good. But here we have L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, all rotated to the right hip of the patient. Now that sometimes indicates a left short leg. Depending when you catch this problem with the patient, you can correct that as a skilled and equipped chiropractor. If you're not, you will make this patient worse. So while you adjust this patient now, and it's so clear over there, while you adjust this patient, you can actually feel the bones moving where you want them to move. And it can change this. Now, not all scoliosis can be changed. However, you have what is called compensation subluxations within the scoliosis that you would have to identify to move them. And it's only through skill.
Exactly.
It's only through skill you can do that from the X-rays, nothing else. I can do it from the MRI because I've studied the MRIs and I've magnetic resonance imaging films, and I've studied the X-rays.
You know, there's so much that I love when you come to visit because the information is so much, it's so vast. You break it down to the simplest form everyone can understand, and I absolutely love that.
Thank you.
However, we are out of time.
That's okay, I'll be back.
We are out of time. So you know, as usual, you have to be back with us. We have so much to talk about.
Sure.
So we want to thank you, Dr. Mark.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for coming and being a part of Brunch.
You're welcome.
And thank you for the knowledge. We love that. So blessings to you from all family.
Blessings to you and the family at Tobago Updates as well.
Yes. So we're going to take a break, guys. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. But before we do that, this is an interesting trivia question. It speaks to which village did mud mass originate? I absolutely love this one. I kind of actually know the answer. So hip, 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 hooray on the side here. Which village did mud mass originate? We'll be back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. Remember, Eye on Bago is next. You guys do not want to miss this discussion. See you soon.
You know, who would I ever believe, Jessica could take care of a child,
I know, right? I'm a kinship foster parent to my nephew Malik.
Papa, you remind me of my grandmother, you know, when she used to take care of my cousins.
If I didn't step in, I don't know where he would have ended up. Plus, I get support from Children's Authority, training, and counseling.
But Jessica, you not married?
That doesn't matter. Once you have a safe home and you're related to the child, you're good.
So they just give money to do this?
Yeah, they do give me some money.
So, Auntie, you can buy a lamb I gave you for me?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Malik, but that money's to take care of you. Okay, smubble up, beans.
I went and try. Mommy, you can buy
No.
Wait, I didn't even finish my sentence.
About Lamborghini, you can get lamb stew for lunch.
Auntie Jessica could only come when you come in, because all them does do is talk people business.
Malakai, I'm only going on the bed.
But mommy, the boy don't even live here.
Yeah, go to your bunkers.
What? Bunkers? Where's that?
I think I'm getting pretty good at this.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
It gives me so much pleasure, so much pride, so much honor to be speaking with my next guest. Now, I have had the opportunity to really delve in and have that very important discussion, you know, becoming a woman of worth, crushing, not just overcoming, crushing the stereotypes that are placed on us, getting out of the box, escaping from the box that we are put in. And these are topics of discussion that have been buzzing around the literary space for a while. Khadija Ali Samul Harris joins us, and I'm so honored to have her. Book launch, director, J Cash Leadership Learning Academy. And, it just, you see the growth, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So thank you so much, Khadija, my sister from another mister, for being with us. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tobago Updates.
Yeah.
Good morning, Tobago. It's a pleasure being here. It's a pleasure coming here all the time. I probably need a gift or a medal or award for being your most repeated.
I know, right? I think we need to have like tokens done, and as we get the names, we just add the names to the tokens. Right?
That would be so cool.
I think we need to do that. But how have you been, though? How are you?
I am good. I've been creating a lot. I've been in that space of creating content, creating a lot of content, whether it's for youth and adults for this upcoming book here.
Definitely. So tell us about becoming a woman of worth.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
Janelle, I heard you say something just now about crushing the boxes.
Yes.
Right?
And the stereotypes.
Yes. You know what my husband and I always say is that we throw away the entire box. Let's just get rid of the whole box and stop thinking, with not limiting yourself. Even though you're outside the box, throw it away. So that you don't find yourself crawling back to it as your comfort
because it's
zone.
there
Yes.
as a crutch and you're crawling back.
Yes.
I get it.
So becoming a woman of worth, overcoming setbacks is an addition to my Woman of Worth series, which started in 2019.
Right.
And the first book, which I brought with me here, it's Overcoming the Overcomer. Sorry, it's a 7-day devotional. And between that time to now, I have grown so much in writing. So my writing skills have improved a great bit. And that led me to the 4-year production of this. I've been writing it since the first one, after the launch of the first one. And 4 years jam-packed into 7 chapters. it's a great read, as far as my husband says so far. He learned a lot.
Well, Hazzy
Yes.
is.
He might be a little biased,
But
but
I'm not saying that Hazzy's supposed to be biased, but you're really doing wonderful things, and
Thank you.
I admire the go-getter in you.
Yes.
There definitely is that go-getter spirit that you have,
Yes.
and with that you cannot go wrong. You know, we all have our journeys, as I was saying earlier. There are journeys that we have to take in life. It's there. It's there. It's there. You can't get away from it. You learn how to navigate.
True.
And so when you learn to do that, then the path sort of
lightens up.
clears
Yes,
up,
it
and you
clears.
see and you begin to focus.
That is so right.
Yeah.
And you know, Janelle, this is the essence of the entire book, because in each chapter, you get the real me.
There you
You
go.
get to read about who Khadijah is and what she overcame, because I've overcome a lot of setbacks. And just to give a sneak peek into it, I have overcome setbacks in health. And I know Mr. McSween was just on talking about spinal anomalies.
Spinal,
yeah.
yes.
And you know, I talk about that in my book and how I overcame it. But what is the beautiful part about it is that there's an elite mindsets coaching kit, which is the kit stands for keeping it together at the end of each chapter, that helps the reader to really dive into themselves. Are they taking care of their own health? Another chapter is setbacks with finances, setbacks with business and career, setbacks with relationships, because all of us have been through rough relationships. I mean,
Yes,
I
you
have,
have.
and
Yes.
to this journey of becoming married and all of this, you know, so I talk and touch a little bit of all these things that would help other women, other men, even men,
Yes.
overcome what they're going through and overcome their challenges. And because I'm a professional coach and I've studied the UK, my UK accreditation with the Conscious Coaching Academy,
Right.
it has helped me to help others. So as they go through the chapters, they get to answer questions at the end of it that would really help them to dig deep and become more aware of their own consciousness, become aware of their saboteur within,
Yes.
and let them uncover what is truly troubling them. So that's the whole essence of the book in a nutshell. But Janelle, I must confess, you know, because I have a favorite chapter.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that you would,
Yes.
because there must be something that continues to resonate
Yes,
with you.
yes, yes.
So if you may, could you just read just a tiny bit?
Okay.
You know, let's hear how you express
Okay.
your words together.
So my favorite chapter is chapter 6, and it talks about setbacks and failures. Now, I would go a little further down into it, not the whole beginning,
Right.
but it was where I was facing a lot of challenges with getting sponsorship for my youth programs when I started. So when I was once asked for sponsorship, one of my parents' longtime friends told me directly to my face, "What rubbish do you want to do for Tobago people?" And listen,
Oh,
That-
my.
crushed me. They said, "I am not supporting this, don't ask again." Now, those
I
words,
know.
Janelle, it
I know.
broke me so much, because these are the same young people in Tobago that is going to come to work at your establishment, is going to come and grow up to be leaders and grow up to be people in your establishment that will come
There
and
you
support
go.
your business.
Exactly.
How could you say no? And let me just read a little further.
Yes,
I
please.
refuse to let his negative words deter me, or let the failure of some ventures define me. I love my Tobago people. I love TNT. I love people. Instead, I embrace these failures as learning opportunities, and failures taught me the importance of resilience and perseverance. And that's just a little sneak peek into the passion that I have for developing young people, developing adults right here on our island.
Because it has to start from those very tender ages.
Yes.
You know, and it's so, so, so ironic that you're speaking about an isolated experience that you had where an adult, you know, you are supposed to be the ones who are
Molding,
supporting
yes,
and caring
yes.
and loving us. Yet that's not always the case.
Yeah,
The
true.
reality is that, you know, some of us we are broken. And so we don't take the time to even confess to ourselves that we are. I remember one time there was this group of leadership programs, and there were art and culture programs, you know, and they were looking for persons to be certified in dance and art and drama and lighting and stuff like that. And Khadijah Gill, I went with myself. I was so excited. I went and I signed up. I think you could only choose one. You choose one and then you can go back and do any of the other courses. At the time, I was a dancer. I chose dance. Okay. And when I took my form, the person who was responsible for, you know, gathering the information and sending it back to whoever is at the headquarters or whatever, told me, dance? Why are you choosing dance?
Wow.
You could never be a professional dancer. Lord God, Jehovah of hosts, I could have just been swallowed up.
Yeah.
When I heard that.
I know that feeling.
And it took me a very long time to not believe that that was true. So when you speak about, you know, overcoming, because you either let it wrap you up, or you roll with it.
Yeah. Let your resilience show.
And you rise.
Persevere through it.
Above.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so enlightening. It is so empowering to really, really, really have that courage, because it takes
step up. Plenty courage. Yeah.
You know, Dr. Mark and I were just talking, and we were saying, you know, the people who would be supportive is so, the ratio is so small. It's so minute compared to the people who are not.
Yeah. But Janelle, you know what? As you say that, I think the ones who do contribute and support you, those are the ones that will make a difference, you know.
Definitely.
Because if you can change just one person out of 1,000, you've done a lot. You know, and that's the mindset that I go into, even if it's a big conference of 100 people or a conference of 5 or virtual, you know, when you can change just one person, that is the way to go.
And that's quite enough.
And Jesus went back for that one that
and
went astray.
And it only takes one.
Exactly.
To really make a difference.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's my mindset towards that. And, you know, something else I want to truly dive into is the bonus chapter in the book. It talks about communication, and when we know how to communicate with others, not only young people but other, you know, adults, your peers, it really opens up your mind, opens up their mind to truly dive into themselves, to go inside, because success, significance, transformation, elevation is an inside job.
Definitely.
For anyone.
Yes.
And when we can do that and allow people to, or help them to go within to find the answers, because human beings are resourceful. We were taught our patterns to practice different patterns. But when we search within for ourselves, we get to find out who we really are. We get to discover what we could do, and we get to understand how limitless our potential is.
You know, we really need to delve in. Where can we find your book? Tell us how we find you on social media, telephone numbers if need be, because we really need, I know persons are watching and they really want to know how they can get in contact with you.
Okay, so my social media handles on Instagram is Queening Khadijah, and that's spelled Khadija. And on Facebook, it's Khadijah Ali Samuel Harris. You can find me on Facebook. You can also find me on LinkedIn, same name.
Right.
And my phone number is 753-5024. Now, concerning the book launch, the book launch is going to be held at Shervan Plaza. Once you get into Shervan Plaza, you are going to see the table. Everything is going to be set.
Outlined.
Yes. And instead of it being 2 days, Janelle, we had to bring it down back to 1 day because initially it was Saturday, the 11th of November, which is still on. But Monday, the 13th is actually a holiday. That's Diwali holiday. So we're not going to do it on that Monday again.
Right.
So if people want to come and get the book at the book launch, I will sign it for you, personal.
Right.
You know, make it personal. And as a giveaway, we also have Kerry's Nice and Sweet Treats there. They will be giving away stuff when you come to buy the book.
When you come.
There's a special going on. So the first book and the second book just cost $200.
Okay.
But if you're buying the second book only, it's $150.
Nice.
And also, as a surprise, I ain't finished yet.
You
just
have
now, I have more. You get a lovely bookmark with it.
Yes.
Right? There's my very special quote that I designed this little lady on top here because it represents freedom. You know, every logo that I find to incorporate into my business has a lot of meaning to me. So this lady here it represents freedom, woman freedom, right? And it says, let your soul breathe in inspiration. So it's breathing in and breathing in inspiration. So the book gives you inspiration, but there's more.
Okay.
So each person who buys the book, they get to scan this barcode at the end of the bookmark to get a free coaching session, 30-minute free coaching session.
Loving it.
Yeah.
And we want to thank you so much, Khadija, for joining us. Unfortunately, girl, we're out of time. You know how it goes.
Yes, ma'am.
So we wish you so much blessings
Thank
and
you so much.
success.
Yes,
Yeah?
thank you.
So
Thank
we're
you
going to
for having
take a
me.
break. You are most welcome. We're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with more brunch. Remember the trivia question. Which village, which one did mud mass originate? This is a good one. I hope somebody gets it. We'll be right back with more brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Book Club Corner is up next. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
So your car break down
Oh, no, not again.
and you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa McCall Group.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Mamai Lakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamai Lakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Wait, I do even have suit and thing for this wedding. Why getting them thing?
For the Portman right over there.
Alright, thanks.
The Port Mall, where the varieties are large from your favorite stores, from restaurants to salons and from clothing stores to jewelry stores, located at Sanctus Hill, Scarborough, Tobago. Telephone number is 868-334-6589.
Wow. I didn't expect to see you here. Look good.
Thanks. It's all because of you and Pork Mall. But here now I'm going to our wedding. You want to join me?
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright.
Beat the rush and come on down to the Port Mall.
Full disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates. Real questions and honest conversations with the sole aim of keeping you fully in the know. Full disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates.
Good morning. We're so happy to be back. It's Carnival. Past Carnival was just like our Ash Tuesday, Ash Wednesday, right? For all the Carnival revelers, how are you feeling out there? Welcome back. Welcome back. Viewers across Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, I am Jewel Green and this is Book Club Corner. And today we'll be talking to an author, very special author, because she's also a publisher. And we'll be speaking to her about her book. Every Wednesday, we chat with local authors about their books, about the literary arts, about their love for the written word. And we have with us today Miss Patricia Whiteman, and she is the former coordinator of the Golden Members Poetry Club. She's also the head of the, let me see if I can see this here. Yeah, she's the head writer of I Am Wellness magazine. She's an advocate for the legally blind. And this book that they've written is called Seniors Can Write Poetry Too. Welcome, Patricia. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you. Nice.
Listen, Patricia has this book, and it looks like one of my books. It's well written up. Let me tell you, well lived. Patricia, everybody who signed this book has a poem and work in this book, right, Patricia?
Yes, they do.
So this book is an anthology, and we love anthologies. It's one of the most beautiful ways to experience a book because you get to see a little of each author in the book. Right? It's kind of like a sushi sampler, guys.
Yes, yes.
Right? So like a nice little platter where you get to see all the authors having this.
Exactly.
So how are you feeling this morning? What you did for Carnival?
Oh, I relaxed.
Me too. I read, guys.
Got some much needed rest.
And today is Author's Day, and it's also the anniversary of the book.
Yes, indeed it is.
Let me tell you, today, 1st of November, welcome, 1st of November, all the November babies, all the people who have birthdays in November. Today is Author's Day. It's also the anniversary of the book, Seniors Can Write Too, right? What anniversary are you all celebrating?
5th.
The 5th anniversary of this book, of the publication of this book. And you all also entered the First-Time Authors Appreciation Program done by NALIS.
Yes, we did.
Tell us about that, Patricia.
Okay, it was a beautiful experience. After we would have had the book launch in January of 2019, and the NALIS appreciation for first-time authors would have been on the 24th of April 2019 that year.
Right.
So they heard about the book and we got in contact, and so we were among the rest of authors for the Appreciation Award. And it was a beautiful, beautiful, fulfilling moment to know that after we would have put in a lot of work, to know that it was appreciated. So that was really nice. And it was actually the 10th anniversary that year.
You see? Oh, so anniversaries all around.
Yeah, all around.
And to celebrate, guys, we have with us today a wine from La Belle, another local wine, La Belle Wines. And we're going to toast. Patricia is having some kombucha from La Belle Wines, and I'm having the guava wine. 14%, guys, this guava wine, and the kombucha is 0.2%. So cheers to you.
Cheers.
I'm going to be doing the 5 S's of wine tasting. You can follow and check out your kombucha. You can let me know how it is. And we have here with us guava wine today. And let me tell you, the 5 S's of wine tasting, really simple, guys. We see the wine, so that means we're looking for the clarity of the wine. And then we swirl the wine. And that's where we're looking for the legs, for the sugar content. So you look to see when it's running down the glass if there's legs. And then we sniff the wine. And we sip and we savor.
Oh, wow.
La Belle. La Belle, La Belle, La Belle.
It's really nice.
Yes. Well, I am having, this is medium dry. What's going on with your kombucha?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm really enjoying this. Thank you so much, La Belle. A local wine right here in Tobago. 14%. Get it, guys. I'm telling you, some really good products we have in Tobago. And Christmas is coming, so you know people stock up for Christmas as well as Carnival. I know you all went all ham on the local wines for Carnival.
I can't imagine.
I saw some people having a really good time for the Tobago Carnival. Let me tell you, we love to be read to in Book Club Corner. And I put Patricia on her P's and Q's and told her, Patricia, you'll have to read for us on the deal. I don't know what's going on, but you're going to have to read for us. And there are poems in this book that we're going to get to. But before we get there, I want to look at the table of contents of this book. And the reason why I want to look at the table of contents is because it's really broken down into some nice chunks.
Yes.
Right? And let me tell you what's in this book. So you could go and get your copy at Amazon. So apart from the acknowledgements and the usual things that are here, we have a history of the Golden Members Club. We have self-portraits for Lila Dionarine, and she's a member of the guild. Hi, Lila. Jocelyn, Natalie, Patsy, Paula, but we have festivals and fashions. Food for the soul and food for the body.
That's right.
There is love, life, and laughter. There's also death. And then there's the Golden Members Club.
Oh, yes.
Right? Tell us about this Golden Members Club. When we talk about authorship and writing, you know, I see you all made sure that people read the title and understood who wrote this book.
Yes.
Why was that important to you? And what is this Golden Members Club?
Okay, the Golden Members Club started in 2016, April of 2016. It was actually an initiative of the Tobago Library Services.
Right.
Okay, what was happening is that they held computer literacy classes, and out of that, these other clubs will form. You had Scrabble, music, all different little clubs. And so poetry was one of them. Now, the clubs were supposed to run for like 6 weeks, but our club went into almost 4 years because I'm writing while doing the club, okay? I recognize the talents and gifts of the seniors. Some of them would have been, for instance, Miss Natalie Solomon, she would have been writing since a teenager. You had Patsy Stewart, they were writing since teenager, very young. And so they never had the opportunity to actually got their work published. So in doing correcting their assignments, which I would have given them as the coordinator, I recognize the history, the wealth of knowledge, etc. in the work. And so one day the thought came to me, we may not have the opportunity to get this from them again. So why not compile everything, have it in a book so that future generation, because I learned so much from the seniors doing the club. They have a wealth of knowledge. And so that is how the book it all came about.
That is so fantastic. And I love that you all made sure to mention in the title, seniors, so we know exactly who wrote this book.
Yes.
I have here an award. It's not mine. I wish, soon, hopefully. But this is Patricia's and the club's award. It's the First Time Authors Appreciation Program plaque. And this is celebrating the first-time authors. So authors out there, if you're a first-time author, you can apply for this program. Here we have a photo. This photo is extremely special. Not because I'm in it, right? Well, partly because. But mostly because this year was the first year that NALIS had in Tobago the exhibition of the First Time Authors Appreciation Program.
Wow.
So there was a display in the library in Scarborough of the 55 books.
Oh, wow.
From the 55 first-time authors of 2022 that received their award in 2023. And this is their award. I'm just putting it out there. If you're a first-time author, you've never gotten an award in your life, this is a great time to get it.
Oh, yes.
Complete the First-Time Authors Appreciation Program form, speak to NALIS, and get in on there. We're going to a quick break, and when we come back, Patricia is going to be reading to us, and we're going to be talking some more about Carnival, about Christmas that's coming up, and some more tidbits from this book. Stay with us.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars, and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments, complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV, and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
Good morning, good morning, put a smile on your
And thank you for sticking with us, all the bibliophiles, book lovers across the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, all our revelers who had a time this carnival weekend in Tobago. How are you feeling? How are your muscles feeling? And all I know how it is, you know, so they're recovering right now. Listen, I want to chat with you, Patricia, and we have with us today a publisher and an author. I want to talk to you, Patricia, about a few things before you read for us today.
Sure.
Talk to us about the topic of seniors, aging, and writing. Is this something that an older person can get into if you've never written before, or is this something that you think you should be writing since you're young, you can't just jump in? What do you think? Talk to them.
You can get into it as an older person because some of the authors never did it before. Never did it before. And you can't tell the difference. Yeah, you just need the right motivation and guidance, and you come across as though you have been doing it all your life.
Right.
Yes.
And the right editor, that's what Patricia did for this book. She went through the book and did some editing, some professional editing, because that's what Patricia does.
Yes.
But I have to agree with you in terms of the seniors. I think that writing, even though it can be a lifelong career choice, if you come to it later in life, it's just as beautiful. It's a wonderful retirement career.
Yes.
You can do it on your own time.
It is. And you can do it from anywhere. You don't need to be stationed at a desk confined to a building. You can do it anywhere. Yeah.
You could do it from the beach, guys. You could go down Lambo Beach and write.
Oh, yes.
You could do it from Costa. You could do it from Charlottesville. You could do it from Crown Point. You could write anywhere. And as a matter of fact, you don't even need a smart device. Get pen and paper.
That's what I do because I'm more old-fashioned. I love my pen and paper. I love the smell of the paper, the feel of the paper. So I would often pack my notepad, my pens and stuff, and I would sit at Pigeon Point. I would sit at the various beaches and write.
Patricia, give me a cheers for that. Come, girl. You sound like my kind of people. Pen and cheers for that. Cheers. Get your pen and paper, go down by the beach and start to write. Patricia, you're my kind of people. We're going to get into this book, and then we're going to talk about something that we don't talk about enough: disability and authorship. But before we get into there, she's going to read for us, guys, page 18. If you already have the book, Seniors Can Write Poetry Too. And Blue Devil we're going to be reading, and that is by Layla Deodorine.
Sure. Blue Devil, here begins. Born, bottom, bam. Bam, bottom, bam. Bam, bottom, bam. 4 o'clock carnival Monday morning. The biscuit tin making music. People coming out of the house dressed in the jockey, the knight, the little top, all interacting, jumping, laughing, singing, jam, boom, bam, jam. bodies painted in blue, the tongue red, long stretch out, fire blow out, all fork in hand, waving, theatering, spectators, frightened, would even clutch on old straw to get away from the masquerader. Eyes bulging for what be asked before the fork withdraws. The imps tugging the chains tied around the waist of the blue devil, bringing him under control. Oh, imps, try. Devil must always be under control. By Leela Dionarine.
Thank you so much for that. Budum bam, bam badam bam. Take that. I love that, Leila. This is a wonderful poem. Let me tell you something. If you saw Miss Patricia holding the book away from her and reading, it is because she is considered legally blind. Am I right?
Yes.
And let's talk about your advocacy work. She's an advocate for the legally blind. That did not stop her from reading this poem and giving us all the little ins and outs. Bam, badam, bam. She gave us everything. Patricia, tell us about your work as somebody who is legally blind and what kind of representation is happening in books for persons who have disabilities.
Okay, well, sad to say, I do not know of any such representation, especially for us. I hope in the future that will change. But what I can tell you about my story, I started writing as a teenager. I always wanted to be a poet and a writer. As I grew, I got discouraged by people telling me, you can't make a living off of writing, go and find something else to do. And over the years, you don't see you wasting your time and all this sort of stuff. So I got into another profession. While doing that profession, along the way, I realized that I started losing my vision. So I could not do that other profession before, which I was a diabetic foot health technician. So because of what was happening with my eyes, my optic nerve and stuff, I could not do that work anymore. It was too strenuous. So I returned to my first love, writing. And it was therapy for me. Because when I found out what was happening to my eyes, I fell into a deep, deep, deep depression. It was very deep and dark. And started writing, and it started pulling me out of that deep, dark pit until I got right to the top. It's like therapy. I could have expressed myself, all the hurt and everything I was going through, the shock and all of that. Writing healed all of that. By extension, working with the seniors, a couple years later, the opportunity came up to do the Golden Members Poetry Club. And that did wonders for me, psychologically and mentally. So I would highly recommend, if not writing, another one of the arts, whether it's visual, performing, culinary, it's a healer, it heals. And so along the way, I got like opportunities to like do columns. I had a column in the Tobago News Fortnightly called Poetry Corner. And then I went on to, there were some visitors from America here who happened to read one of the columns and recommended me to a publisher in Amsterdam. So I started writing for their magazine there. And then from there, it just other things, opportunity came up. And over the years, the depression left.
Yes.
It really suits, and I wish that other people have the opportunity that I got, because it helps. It do help. And my intention is to do that in the future, to create an avenue and a space for whatever arts that the differently able, whatever arts they think that they want to get into. It is my life. It is it's on my agenda to do something for them in the future, to create a space and opportunities that their work can be published.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very near and dear to my heart, because it helped me. Yeah, I was going down.
Yes.
Down, 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 out of it. Didn't want to eat or anything, and writing.
Yes.
Did it for me.
Guys, you heard it here from Patricia Whiteman's very lips. Writing is therapeutic. It helps. If you're depressed, if you're looking to express yourself, if you're wondering what's happening in life, if you're having a difficult situation, whatever you may be going through, put it down on pen and the paper and use it as a tool to help connect yourself with other writers as well. You don't just have to stay in one little corner with your writing. So we just want to put that out there, throwing that tip out there. Start to write. Don't go to the negative side of life. Don't go to the bad side of life. You know, things are hard, we know. But writing is so good.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I love that. I love what you talked about, you know, connecting mental health to the writing.
Yes.
And journaling as well, right?
Yes.
You need not be a poet or, you know, a fiction writer, storyteller. You can simply just write your feelings down, write what's happening with you. It's really, really a good practice to have, guys. So just throwing it out there.
Because besides writing, I do keep a daily journal.
Yes.
You know, just keeping that journal, recording things I'm thankful for and stuff. So you don't need to be like a professional writer or a poet or anything like that. You just write.
Yeah,
get
I
it
like
out.
that.
It's a healthy way of venting.
Just write.
Healthy way of
Guys,
venting.
we have with us here today on Book Club Corner, Patricia Whiteman, and she is going to be reading to us from the final poem that we're going to be reading today, called Death in the Family. It's a sobering poem, but you know, as I say, we face everything boldly, right? We face the highs boldly, the lows. We are brave people out here, right? Tobago people strong. We good like that. So she's going to be taking us out with this poem, Death in the Family.
Thank you. That in the family, here begins. Both parents dead. They had two picnic. You see, a boy and a girl, real pal. For the last parent that dead, been a butter. They keep wake and bongo. Oyo. Two of them friends get catch. A thief drinks meat. Bread wears. That no sudden for bring tears. The brute them put everything in a sack to heist over their back. But they get catch. I imagine one of them picnic who set up the damn thing. By the way, that been on small part of the family. Another family dead. Another family dead on the hand. them a start a war for land. Me think they did call Paul. They even threatened to commit murder. Me can't recall if it was the younger or the older. Imagine one father not dead yet. A man a give spouse and fighting for house. While some a family a fight for body, for bury. They stop the service midway out of the church, minister a hurry, while casket a rush back or funeral come near. Could imagine that. They carry on like dog and cat. By Joycelyn Hosford.
I tell you, let me tell you, death in the family, and you're wondering why we giggling and we laugh. The poem is so relatable.
Yes, yes, indeed it is, and that is what motivated me to push so that the senior could have gotten their works published,
Yes.
because I found the work very relatable. It's just packed with a lot of history, customs, and tradition of yesteryear
Yeah.
that isn't properly recorded. And I thought that since I'm a young person and learned so much from them, I wanted other young persons to get that opportunity as well, because it's loaded with traditions and customs of yesteryear that are not really recorded.
And I love the language.
Yes.
She didn't just write the poem, in standard English for you. She brought it home.
I encourage them to do that
the
because,
language.
oh
This
yes.
one very, very personal.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And so are all
Because you're reading it and I sit down there saying yes, yes. This is how Caribbean people, this fighting for different things. And let me say, I'm putting it out there, people all over the world fight. Please don't come for me, I'm not saying that about Caribbean people, right? People all over the world fight for all sorts of different things. I'm just talking about the poem we have here. And this poem is talking about, people having these kind of fights for different reasons. Now they're dealing with death in the family, they're dealing with theft in the family. And I just gonna put it out there. We in the Caribbean, and especially in Tobago, we love a good wake.
Oh yes.
We love a good wake. And nothing like
sweet bread and
nothing like a little wine at a wake, right? I want to thank, before we close off, I want to thank LaBelle. Asha, when I called you, you were so sweet, so personable, so accommodating. Thank you so much for this wine, this LaBelle guava wine, and the kombucha that Patricia is drinking. The guava wine is 14% alcohol. The kombucha is 0.2% alcohol. So you see the difference if you just want, if you like the higher content like I do, and you want something soft, you could drink a lot of it. Check the kombucha out and check LaBelle wines out. We are here today with Patricia Whiteman. Cheers to you, Patricia.
Cheers.
As we close off Book Club Corner, we want to thank you for tuning in with us. Today, every Wednesday, we're going to be chatting with another local author about their book, about their love for the written word and the literary arts. As we sip and chat with another author, come back next week, Wednesday, and tune in with us. And get this book,
Seniors Can Write Poetry Too.
I love it. And see you next Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. And we're back with Janelle.
Who would have ever believe Jessica could take care of a child?
I know, right? I'm a kinship foster parent to my nephew Malik.
Papa, you remind me of my grandmother, when she used to take care of my cousins.
If I didn't step in, I don't know where he would have ended up. Plus, I get support from Children's Authority, training, and and counseling.
But Jessica, you not married?
That doesn't matter once you have a safe home and you're related to the child. You're good.
So they just gave money to do this?
Yeah, they do give me some money.
So, Auntie, you can buy all of my game for me?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Malik, but that money's to take care of you. Okay, smubble up is.
I will and try. Mommy, you can buy.
No.
Wait, I didn't even finish my sentence.
About Lamborghini, you can get lamb stew for lunch.
Auntie Jessica could only come when you come in, because all them does do is talk people business.
Malakai Emily call it going on the bed.
But mommy, the boy don't even live here.
Yeah, go to your bunkers.
What? Bunkers? Where's that?
I think I'm getting pretty good at this.
Welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
So your car break down
Oh, no, not again.
and you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa McAl Group.
You guys caught me, I was just checking my notes. I told you we had some really awesome persons coming to the program today. Let me just take the time to thank our previous guests. Dr. McSween, thank you so much. Khadija Ali Samul Harris, thank you so much. Patricia Whiteman, thank you so much. And please continue writing. Joelle Green George, it's always a pleasure. My sister from another mister. And the list goes on with the wonderful persons who have graced the brunch set. And my next guest is no different. Now, let me take the time to introduce Sharon Forrester George. Now listen, you see that prophetic word that we need? So you hear she laughing? You hear she? We need it so much in our lives today. And Sharon is here to really speak to us about a conference, a 2-day conference that is taking place. Fresh Wind, the prophetic release. Fresh Wind, New Fire. I forgot the fire. Yes, the prophetic release. So thank you so much, Queen Sharon, for being with us. Yeah.
Thank you, my queen.
Oh my gosh, tell me what's going on. Tell me about this conference, first things first.
Well, my name is Sharon Forrester George, and I
I'm privileged to be here in your presence.
Yes, I am as well.
I greet us all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I stand here and I represent also my ministry, Divine Destiny Restoration Worship Center, which is in Crown Point, Tobago Local Road, under the leadership of Apostle Vivian and Gemma Duncan.
Yes,
all right,
so-
under the pastorate of Patricia Henry. And yeah, I'm here. The Shekinah Ministries International is my ministry that God would have birthed through me. And
Right.
over the years in Tobago, we have been doing a number of collaboration with other dance teams. So basically, the ministry started under a dance ministry.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So we have now branched out into hosting our very first conference. Because if you guys did not recall last year, we was here on the program sharing about the prayer, praise, PPP. We had PPP, prayer, praise, and pageantry in the city after Carnival last year.
Right.
Right, and I know persons were so excited and they said, you know what, every year there's going to be a thing. But I always tell persons that whenever done, we only do a thing by the leading of the Holy Spirit, all right? And if God does not permit us to go another year, we cannot.
Of course.
So therefore, in seeking God, at this junction here, which we are celebrating our 4th year, well, this November year,
This
right?
November.
As a young ministry, but I am in dance ministry for quite a number of years, all right? So, because this would have birthed from yours truly, I trust God in every step of the way.
There you go.
So this year,
Resonate.
yes. So this year, it's no different, but we're not going into the city this year.
Okay.
Because last year I've realized a number of issues would have arisen, not bad, but it just caused you to zoom in more, to really be concerned about the ministers that really go out there and present themselves.
Yes.
So I had a long conversation with the Lord, and I trusted him from since last year to now, and he said, if we are about the Shekinah, is about teaching and edifying the body and working together and making sure that they are good. Now, therefore, we got to go back to the drawing board, which is that teaching. All right. So the conference now, it is basically about that, because from what would have came out and even the feedbacks from the pageantry in Scarborough last year, we saw where there's a need for really edifying the young people, because we had plenty that partake in the dance ministry on the streets of Scarborough, right? And we thank God for that, because even when we had a storm water, this one, orange and all that, and we still hold faith, and we went out and we had clear sunshine to do what we had to do.
Yes.
So this year is no different. We are hosting a 2 days conference. It's going to be a 2 evening. One evening, Friday evening, that is, and it's Saturday morning, which is the 1st and the 2nd of November. All right, and our conference will be held at the Annie Mitchell Auditorium. All right, so the Friday
Scarborough
evening,
Library.
yes, we are going to begin at 6 p.m., all right, until maybe 10, whatever. We just want to allow the Lord to have his way. And then Saturday morning, now we're going to come back, because Saturday morning now is when we're going to really drive, everything that has been taught this far from the Friday to the Saturday is where we really want to bring the activation, which is the prophetic, and to really bring persons to a place to really understand that we can't do nothing that we do in ourselves, but is in God.
There you
all
go.
right?
Yes.
It's in God. And when we talk about fresh wind, new fire, the prophetic release, now, in my thing, and when I share to every one of the presenters here, I told him, I said, what I'm seeing is that in order for this wind to really assist us and to blow us and to take us where we need to go, at times we have to go back and go to the foundation, the roots, cause of some things that might happen in our life. So our patrons that will really that would come out to this conference is a packed conference, and we want them to really come with an open mind, an open heart, an open spirit, that they'll really be able to receive and really be able to open and let go of the things, because all of us would have experienced COVID, this pandemic, for the first time in many of our lives.
Yeah.
And I've seen where not even the church was shaken. You understand? And regardless of whatever faith you find yourself in, whatever the belief is that there is a God, right?
Yes.
Good. So if we are serving this one true and living God, now He now as the final say, and He's in control, all right? But the thing is, this doesn't save us from experiencing turmoil and whatever will come, because we are believers, because we trust in God. right? We're going to go through everything. The hurt, the pain, the whatever comes with it. And especially in ministry, listen, if many would testify and share with you, it's a process and it's a continuous something, because if we are yielding to the Holy Spirit and His directions, listen, there's so much going to happen, and you got to really make up your mind. It's either you do it for Him, with Him, or you just bow out. And you know we can't bow out, right?
We can never.
We cannot.
never bow out.
We cannot bow out. So I just want to encourage us, because when we look around our nation today, we really see where the foundation of the family is really. And this conference is not just for ministers in the gospel, ministers that, you know, functioning as we call them, because all of us are ministers.
Of course.
We have our families.
Yes, we
and
do.
our families depend on us.
Yes, they do.
And I was reading earlier as I was coming here, I remember the Apostle Paul in Ephesians 6, right? He addressed everybody from the children to the parents, to the husband, to the wives, to the persons that work in, right? Oh, they must be diligent and everything. And then he come down to the end of, I want to share it if I may.
Yes, you
right?
may. Yes.
So we're looking into the word. Oh my God. Ephesians. I'll press it out. So it's Ephesians 6. Ephesians 6, where we saw that it talks about the whole armor of God, right? Now, when Apostle Paul was talking to the Galatians and those of us that know a little Bible, you know, he really encourages us that, you know, we ought to really be mindful. And the thing is, from family, he spoke to the family, the children, husband, wives, and then he come down and he said, finally, right? He talks about putting on the whole armor of God.
Yes.
Now, if you are not a believer and you're not one that subscribes to God, this verse would not, you know, align to you. You might not think it's anything.
Yes, it may
but
not seem
mind
relevant,
you, we repeat certain things that we really don't believe at times, right?
Yes.
Saint Note went on to say, put on the whole armor of God to be able to withstand over the fiery darts of the enemy. And then later down in the chapter, it talks about, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. People that always quote that.
Yes.
But we really understand what it's talking about, because in our spiritual being, this is where we're supposed to be, at a place to reach God and really trust God, to raise our families and to do ministry and to go to work and to be a provider and all this, right?
Yes.
Most time, do you know, we neglect this part of it.
Yeah, and we neglect to have that undying spiritual relationship.
That is the
you
word.
have to have that relationship. So it's not just knowing the word and not just, you can go to church every Sunday if you wish, but if you do not have that relationship, you're lost. What are we doing with our lives?
It's really us the question that, you know, because oftentimes you hear a person say that, oh, just allow us to live our lives. We're young, you know, especially the young people.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, they say that.
You know, I mean, all of we would say that at some point in time, but realistically, right, as you grow older, you get to understand that this life is really not yours, right? And I'm privileged that, you know, I was grew up in a home that, you know, maybe mommy didn't always go to church, but we had to go to church because it was right across the road from the church.
Yeah, we
you know, but
had
it's
to go
only
to church as well.
Yes, but it's only in being an adult, coming into motherhood and marriage and, you know, a wife, that you really understand. But sometimes the older folks, as the Bible says, the older folks should teach us, right?
Yes.
But sometimes you just discard what you're hearing. Until now you're in your own relationship with your own family now. Have to raise them. And going back to the family structure has broken down so much. So much. It's not as if, you know, we don't know and we're not seeing it, you know. But I believe persons are at a place right now, yet they don't know what next to do, because you're hearing the cry, especially from the females, because most times you might see that the father figure is not there in the home. And I can tell you,
which is a serious issue that we face.
Yeah, because all the
many
crimes.
families, yes.
And all this is just not birthed today or yesterday, right? It's come from a lineage of something that, you know, a little one would have, maybe the mind would have been molded and shaped in a certain way. And if you are not a believer like I am your, so you know
Yes.
what? I'm going to declare over my child that you have the mind of Christ. You are above and not beneath, and you're going to give them the word and all that. What we're doing with it, you understand what I'm saying? Other
Yes, and I
parents,
get it.
you
I
can understand what
totally-
they are going through.
I totally get it. And you know, the pandemic, Sharon, has really forced, well, I could speak for myself.
Yes.
It really forced me to really look inside, to really delve into the depths and really just let God work, let Him work. That is what we do not do from time to time as human beings. We don't allow Him to work. We want to do it all ourselves.
I know, right?
Therein lies the problem.
There is that, because the thing is, at times we think that we are to help God out.
Yes.
You know, the kind of way it's like, God gonna bless it, man, because, you know, He said that we could give some scripture to, right? Or He said, whatever we commit into, and He's able to do it. But is it giving Him glory?
Exactly. That's
is
the
it
thing.
putting Him?
That is the thing. That is the thing.
You know?
hit the nail on the head there. Like I said, we could go to church all the time, know the Bible in and out, but is there that relationship? Is there that respect? Is there that nuance that, okay, Lord, I'm gonna let you work because I cannot, it is impossible to do anything without you. That's the problem.
That's the
that we
problem.
face. Yeah.
So this conference, I'm really trusting and hoping that the relevant person that need that to be ignited, that need to be encouraged, that need the extra boost to raise your family, because every family, every child or persons are in belongs to our family.
Yes.
All right?
A unit.
And whether we believe it or not, as we go out there, we impact others knowingly and unknowingly.
Yes.
Right? We represent. So for us, we know that we represent Christ. For others, no. They might represent whatever the image are, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we focus so much on the outer appearance. But the thing is, if you really zoom in and look and see what God has really been doing and what He has really been saying and speaking in the atmosphere and around us, we really say, you know what, God, I know I've tried my way, but I really want to surrender my all. And that's the place I am hoping that this conference will bring persons out to really have a yearning and a seeking for more. Not just for more as in, you know, just to serve alone in the body of Christ, but more to fight for your family.
Yes.
Stand the ground and all that circle unit and really teach the children in the ways of the Lord. Really seek to find out, even if you don't know it. You know, persons are right or wrong, might be a neighbor and all. Sometimes we have some neighbors and we never reach out to them.
Yes.
You don't know what they're about.
We must be prophetic warriors. We have to be warriors and soldiers in the army of the Lord.
As a prophetic dance minister, I've realized and I've come to the understanding that at times the warrior in us, you know, it's easy to say, sometimes, you know, we look at it as a cliche, you know what? I'm just going to worship. I'm going to worry. But human beings, we do worry.
Yes, we do.
But worship allows me, though, and should allow us to really cast all our cares onto God and allow Him, Lord, to have His way in every situation. And just as you said, we give Him praise, we give Him thanks, we worship, we give Him His rightful place.
Glory.
And just say, God, you just have your way and trust Him.
Yes.
Because the process really, it's a process. And many times, we all know it as ministers, as God to say dance ministers, because I am a dance minister. As ministers in the gospel in general, right? Nothing comes easy because we know we're fighting really against, it's not flesh and blood, but it's against principalities.
Yes.
All right? So in order for us to really conquer this, Lord, we must live a surrendered life, a yielded life to the Holy Spirit. And fresh wind, new fire is gonna be one that will propel you into this new year coming. From all that we went through for the past 3 years into the 4 years, because we're still experiencing some form of, you know, delays and all that. We're still trying to come out, you know, to the best of us, right? Because all of us went through and still going through at some point.
Yes, we are.
But because we know that God is on our side,
and
He would not suffer our foot to be removed.
Well.
We are here to stand on the word.
There you go.
And we're going to continue to declare that Tobago and the families in Tobago will represent Christ. And we would serve our Lord because this is what we are known for.
There you go.
Tobagonians are worshipers. We are worshipers of God.
Yes. So just remind us again of the days. We're getting ready to wrap, but before we do that, remind us of the days of the conference. Where can we find you, the venue, etc. So just remind us again.
No problem. So Fresh Wind, New Fire, the prophetic release is going to be happening on the 1st and 2nd of December. And we have a host of leaders, pastors, ministers. We have my very own Apostle Vivian Duncan. We have Reverend Angela Williams. This is the worship guru, I call her.
Right.
You know that she's going to share on worship, the worship, musicians, music. So we cater for every part of the family, the body of Christ, and family in general. We have Apostle Jill Francis. He's also going to be there. He's going to speak and talk about in the family, you know, how to merge ministry and your marriage or your relationships and all that. Whatever you go through, things in you know, all the storm that might come up. We have Minister Joanne Nichols. She is going to be tapping into the fire, the release part of it, the aspect of it. We have Prophet Mark Critchlow from Trinidad. He's a young prophet coming up, and he is also going to share his testimony, and he's going to dive in because we know that these dry bones must come alive. And we have no other. We have an international guest that is coming from the U.S. She's from Chicago, and that is Minister Keena Arnold. She's excited to grace Tobago. For the very first time, she's also my past teacher in the school that I graduated from, Eagles International Network.
There you go.
So the conference is the 1st and the 2nd of December. The time schedule is at 6 p.m. on the Friday until 10. And then we come again Saturday morning at 10 a.m. until. All right? So tickets are available. It's only $200. All right? We have tickets locations around the island at Port Mall here, CLC Bookstore. We have tickets there. We have tickets upstairs by Trisha Intimates. That is at West City Mall in Canaan.
Right.
And I also have tickets on me at any time. You can feel free to reach out to me on WhatsApp. My number is 685-7741. And that's it. Yeah. And also you are including in refreshments for your cost.
Okay,
so this is a steal of a deal. In a weekend conference that will propel you into your destiny if you're not already charting that course towards it.
And it's such a wonderful, wonderful initiative. And we just want to thank you so much. Thank you for coming and, you know, talking about us. There's a buzz in the room. I feel you. I feel your spirit. And from our family to yours, we wish you nothing but blessings. Every blessing,
right back at you.
every honor, peace, abundance, you name it. And we wish that for you,
I receive it.
So thank you so much to Sharon for joining us. And that's it, guys. That is it for brunch. Thank you so much for joining. Before I leave you, though, our trivia question, which village did Mud Mass originate? The answer is, dun, 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 the village of Calder Hall. Yes, 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 my kings and queens. Calder Hall takes the spotlight today, which is where I actually grew up. So a blessing to Calder Hall, a blessed day to Calder Hall. That is your answer for today. And that is it. I wish you peace, love, and light. And from our family to yours, have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. See you next time on Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Bye-bye.